Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of US quarter dollar coins and you won't believe how much some of these are worth. We'll be exploring the 2008 and 2013 quarters to years that produced some of the most valuable and collectible coins in modern US history, from the state quarter series of 2008 to the the beautiful quarters of 2013. Both years hide some shocking surprises for coin lovers and everyday finders alike. Stay tuned as we reveal how a simple 25-cent coin could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, how to identify these treasures, and what makes certain mint marks and errors so incredibly valuable. If you enjoy discovering coins that could change your wallet, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and let's uncover the secrets of these rare US quarters together. Let's get started. First up, today we're diving into a coin that many people may overlook in their pocket change, but that has interesting storylines for collectors. The 2008 P quarter, minted at the Philadelphia Mint, part of the U.S. Mint's 50-state quarters program. We'll explore its background, how to evaluate its worth, what makes some varieties more valuable, and how you might track or subscribe to coin collecting updates to stay ahead. Whether you found one in change, inherited a collection, or just curious about coins, stick around because you might have a hidden gem. First, a bit of history. The program, known as the 50-state quarters series, ran from 1999 through 2008, with each U.S. state featured on the reverse of the quarter in order of admission to the Union. The 2008 issues cover several states, for example, Alaska, Hawaii, Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and the P mint mark indicates this particular coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The obverse remains the classic Washington profile designed by John Flanagan, later modified, and the reverse for each state was specially designed to celebrate that state's heritage. Understanding this gives context. Although the coin is common in circulation, its series and mint mark make it part of a popular collecting theme. Now let's talk about how many were made and how widely they circulated, because those numbers impact value. For example, according to mintage figures for 2008, the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters for each of the states. In that year, the numbers are large, meaning the coins are not inherently rare. Because of this, most of these 2008 P quarters in regular circulated condition will only be worth face value or slightly above. On the flip side, their ubiquity makes them a great way for a collector to dive into the everyday coins and focus on condition, varieties, or errors to find value beyond the standard. What is the value of one of these coins if you just pulled it out of the change drawer? Many sources indicate that in -1 circulated condition, the 2008 P quarter will be worth basically its face value, i.e. 25 cents in US dollars, or whatever the equivalent in Pakistani rupees if you convert. For example, one site notes that for the 2008 P Alaska quarter, one of the 2008 set typical uncirculated values might range around USD 0.48 to about USD 2.47 depending on condition. Another site for the 2008 P New Mexico quarter states that in -1 circulated condition it's around 25 cents. So bottom line, unless your coin is in very high grade rare variety or error type, it will not command a high premium. However, that is not the end of the story. If the coin is in uncirculated condition, i.e. no signs of wear, strong strike, full mint luster, no major marks, then its value can rise above face value. The higher the grade, MS60, MS to 65, MS 67, etc., the more potential. For example, one listing for the 2008 P Arizona quarter shows that APCGS MS 68 near perfect auction result was over 1,100 United States dollars for that date and mint mark with strong condition and error. So if you happen to have a 2008 P quarter in extremely mint state, it might be worth more than you'd expect. And that's why condition and rarity matter a lot. Speaking of rarity, one of the most interesting aspects for collectors are errors or varieties for the 2008 series of quarters. There are several documented errors: clipped plankets, die misalignment, rotation, missing clad layer, die cracks, strike throughs, off-center strikes, etc. For example, a 2008 P Alaska quarter with a 50-degree obverse rotation, misaligned dies sold for about 815 United States dollars. A 2008 P Hawaii quarter with a straight, clipped planchette error sold for about 605 United States dollars. Missing clad layer versions of 2008D Oklahoma quarters fetched over United States dollar 1,100. These kinds of anomalies make what would otherwise be an ordinary quarter into something that commands serious premium. If you have a 208p quarter, it's worth examining it under a magnifier for unusual features. So what should you do if you think you have a special 2008p quarter? First, check the mint mark. Look for the P Philadelphia on the coin, though note that many were produced, so the mint mark alone doesn't guarantee rarity. Second, assess the condition. Look for where scratches, loss of luster, rim nicks. The better the preservation, the higher the value. Third, look for errors, for example, unusual doubling, missing metal, misalignment, extra die chips, etc. Fourth, if you believe you have a particularly good specimen, high grade or error coin, you may wish to have it certified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, which can increase marketability. Also, research recent auction results so you can have realistic expectations for value. As a collector or someone curious in coins, subscribing to updates, newsletters, auction house notices, coin dealer bulletins, or YouTube channels can pay off because coin values can shift. New era varieties emerge, or a major auction can set a new record. By staying informed, you'll know when to buy, sell, or hold. For example, a coin that yesterday was considered only worth face value might tomorrow be recognized as an error variety and escalate in price. So consider subscribing to a coin collecting blog, joining a coin club, following dedicated YouTube channels, or even setting up Google alerts for 2008p quarter error so you don't miss new developments. Since you're watching from Islamabad, Pakistan, it's helpful to think about how US quarters can fit into an international collecting mindset. The 2008p quarter is widely available in the US, but overseas dealers may list them at higher markups because of shipping and import costs when converting value into Pakistani rupees. Factor in currency rates and shipping tax if buying or selling abroad. If you find a 2008p quarter locally in circulation or in a lot of coins, consider the condition and whether shipping it to a US or global grading service makes sense. Cost versus value. For local collectors in Pakistan, sometimes a WELL documented US error coin may attract interest among international buyers, so build your network, document your coin, take good photographs, and if you decide to subscribe to coin forums or auctions, you'll be better positioned. To summarize, the 208p US quarter is generally common and often worth face value if circulated, but in exceptional condition or with rare errors it can be much more condition. Rarity and errors are the key value drivers. If you've got one, check the mint mark, check condition, look for anomalies, compare recent auction results, and if warranted, get it graded. And if you're serious about building a coin collection, subscribe to newsletters, follow auction houses, join forums, and keep an eye on worldwide markets. If you'd like, I can send you a free downloadable checklist for US state quarters 2008 series, including error varieties and condition grades. If you enjoyed this video scripting guide, please hit like, subscribe, comment your coin finds, and I'll see you next time with another coin story. Thanks for watching. Next up, today we're diving deep into a coin that shows up often in pockets and collections alike, the 2013 quarter with the P mint mark, Philadelphia Mint. We'll cover what it commemorates, how to tell a 2013p quarter from other 2013 issues, what it's typically worth in circulation and uncirculated grades, what to look for if you want one that's worth serious money, and how you can collect them, including mint sets, rolls, and those 40 coin collector offerings. If you love coin deep dives and hidden values, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss future finds, and ring the bell. Quick note, I'll show photos and close-ups during each section so you can see the features I'm describing. First, the background. 2013 quarters are part of the America the Beautiful ATB Quarters Program 2010 to 2021, which honored national parks and sites. In 2013, 5 different designs were released during the year: White Mountain NH, Perry's Victory O, Great Basin NV, Fort McHenry MD, and Mount Rushmore SD. The P mint mark indicates the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Both Philadelphia and Denver struck business strike ATB quarters for circulation in 2013, and the U.S. Mint also offered uncirculated collector versions through its product programs. The Mount Rushmore design was the 5th ATB quarter of 2013 and the 20th in the overall ATB series. Typical Philadelphia mintages for the 2013 ATB issues ran into the hundreds of millions for business strike circulating coins, so most 2013p quarters you find in change are common and generally worth face value or modest Premiums only if in exceptional condition, that said the mint also produced uncirculated collector products and direct sale items, rolls, bags, proof and uncirculated sets, and those production choices affect collector availability and prices for mint state. Examples for full mintage tables and numbers across Philadelphia, Denver and San Francisco collector issues. Consult the U.S. Mint and detailed mintage charts. But the takeaway is, circulated 2013 PATB quarters are common. High-grade MS, PR coins and certified error pieces are where value concentrates. For typical worn circulated specimens, the answer is mostly face value 25 or a small premium if the coin has unusually sharp detail. For mint state, uncirculated MS60, MS65. Examples: retail values generally range from roughly 50 cents to $3, depending on the design and exact grade. For choice uncirculated pieces, MS65 plus, you might see $3, $12 or more on the secondary market. Specialty certified pieces, higher MS grades from PCGS, NGC and coins sold in official U.S. mint sets command higher prices. Listings and price guides show modest but consistent bear interest, but the typical 2013 P quarter is not a high-value gold mine unless it's a top certified grade or an error variety. Some 2013 quarters with mint errors, double dies, die breaks, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or severe planchet defects have sold for substantial premiums from a few hundred to potentially thousands, depending on the rarity and severity of the error and the market demand. However, error coins are rare and many alleged errors are minor and fetch only small premiums. If you think you found a major error, document it with high-resolution photos. Avoid cleaning the coin and consider a third-party grading service for authentication. Several recent collector guides have rounded up known 2013 error types and their realized prices. Always cross-reference multiple sources before assuming value. Identification tips to confirm a 2013 P quarter: look for the P mint mark on the obverse right side for ATB quarters or where the mint places it on that year's design. Examine the reverse design for which 2013 park it depicts and check surface condition carefully. Use a magnifier to inspect for die cracks, doubling or struck through grease lines which can hint at a double die. Check the rim and lettering for clipped planchet signs and compare the coin to reference images from the U.S. Mint or major auction sites. For grading, remember that bag, roll, uncirculated, seller graded, BU and certified coin grades PCGS and GC can command different price brackets, so compare like with like. If you're collecting, here are practical paths. 1. Hunt in circulation. If you enjoy the chase, you'll mostly find common examples and occasionally a gem to buy. Rolls or mint uncirculated sets. If you want full set completeness, the mint has historically offered rolls and collector sets for ATB issues. 3. Buy certified high-grade singles if you want investment style pieces and for keep and error watch list, and buy only authenticated error coins for people asking about. Or 40 coin mentions the mint, and some vendors have sold multi-coin packages and rolls in batches for collectors, and certain product offerings have included multiple coins roll bundles. Those are convenient if you want many designs at once. Always factor in seller premiums and shipping when comparing to face value or grade-based prices. What should you avoid as a beer? Don't pay heavily inflated prices for average circulated 2013 P quarters. Avoid raw coins described vaguely as near mint without good photos. Be skeptical of coins claiming dramatic error values without third-party authentication, and beware of cleaned or altered coins that will grade poorly if you're selling. Document provenance, grade if applicable, and the exact product. P versus D, proof versus business strike, and provide close-up photos of the obverse, reverse, and the rim. Use reputable coin marketplaces, and for expensive coins, get an escrow or grading service backed sale. For a video structure and CTA, start with the hook. A quick: is your 2013 quarter hiding $100? Then 6090 seconds on the ATB program and the 5 2013 designs to 3 minutes on how to identify mint marks and grading cues. 2 to 3 minutes on market values and examples. Show recent eBay auction prices for MS graded coins. 1 to 2 minutes on error types and when to submit to grading, and a final minute for collecting tips. And subscribe offer. Throw in B-roll of close-ups, side-by-side comparisons of MS graded -1 circulated coins and a clear on-screen checklist for is it valuable. mint mark grade error provenance and with a strong CTA. If you want more coin spotlights and weekly value hunts, subscribe and hit the bell. We post new finds every week. That subscription language is tuned to convert watchers into subscribers. Finally, quick real world examples to anchor viewers. Standard 2013 PATB quarters in pocket. Change trade at face value. Certified UNC specimens list in the low single digits to low teens, depending on grade and design. Notable error coins can leap far higher, but those are exceptions and require documentation. Third-party grading. If you want, I can prepare a short on-screen price table. Circulated MS60, MS63, MS65, certified error examples, timestamps for your video, chapters and 1012. Suggested B-roll shot Q so your editor can cut the video fast. Sources for the numbers and mintage info include the US Mint coin mintage tables and price guides. I'll link those in the video description so your viewers can verify for themselves.